Alright, hey guys. Alright, this is a serious video from a skit, and I actually doing my top 10 Superman villains. I'm not going to even bother speaking or explaining about Superman, because if you don't know about him, then what is wrong with you? So I actually have a list right here. Not gonna show you, but I have a list of the villains that I'm gonna do. Okay, so number 10 is Atomic Skull. Now, Atomic Skull was the first one was basically just a villain that was, just an evil genius, kind of like Doctor Doom. If you know who Doctor Doom is, then this is Atomic Skull is very related to him. He had a exoskeleton armor. He had like armor around him, and he had like a flaming. It was like Ghost Rider. It was like he had purple flame fire on his skull, and he had flaming bones. So, it was kind of just, it wasn't very good. But the second Atomic Skull was had a very good backstory. Basically, he was just a regular college student who got shot with radioactive, with a radioactive beam that turned him into an Atomic Skull. And so, yeah, that's basically Atomic Skull. He is basically just he was a schizophrenic villain, and he believed that Mary Jane, I think, was her name. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think it must have been like Superman's girlfriend before Wonder Woman. He believed that she was his true. She believed that Mary Jane. He believed that they were true love, and yet. So basically, he tried to kill Superman out of jealousy. Speaking of jealousy, number 9 is Bloodsport. Bloodsport has the same backstory. He basically kills Superman out of jealousy. And the cool thing about him is he's actually one of the he's one of the best soldiers. He was one of the best soldiers in the military. He was an African American soldier who served in the Vietnam War. And so when he fought Superman, he carried 2 assault rifles. Both of them were kryptonite bullets, because before he became a soldier, he was a genius, and he figured out Superman's weakness, and that is green kryptonite. It's the only thing that can kill Superman, other than just flat out beating him to death, like Doomsday did. But I'll get on to that later. So, Bloodsport, probably the most impressive villain on this list, because he is just he's just a regular human like everyone else, other than the fact that he's a genius and he's a soldier. But yeah, he's a genius human that almost killed Superman, which is one of the most powerful superheroes of all time. Which is pretty crazy and kind of ridiculous if you think about it, but that's what made me feel like he was a good supervillain. Is it too bright? I don't know, it's my bedroom. Number 8 is Solaris. Probably gonna choose, Solaris. Solaris was basically a son. He was a machine created to be a second son of Earth, but he hated Superman. And he knew that Superman was a solar-powered superhero, and he got his powers from solar energy. So he didn't want to, but he doesn't like Superman, so he decided not to do it. You know. So, if the video just cuts out, I'm using an iPhone, so if the video just cuts out on a random time, just know I will post a part 2 to this list. Hopefully I get to at least 5. Just hit my hand on my fan. Yeah, at least 5. Alright, so, yeah, that's pretty much nothing else to say. It's just a ticked off sun. I mean, how cool is that? But unfortunately, it only showed up in 3 comic books. Oh, and one thing I forgot to mention about Bloodsport, like Solaris, they're both obscure villains, okay? So, and they're actually the only obscure villains, except for maybe Atomic Skull. But, you know, whatever. Anyway, so I have nothing else to say there, okay? Number 7. Ooh, oh boy. I'm gonna have to choose Imperior X. Number 7 is Imperior X. Wow, okay, this villain pretty much has the same plan as Thanos, except what's different about him and Thanos' plan is that he wants to destroy the entire universe and reshape it in his own image. And that is a pretty crazy quest. But Imperior X was actually even has caused even more havoc in the universe than Darkseid. And that's saying something. This guy, Imperior X, is responsible for 8 million people on Earth dying. And he is also responsible for 8 million aliens dying. And that is a pretty huge feat of strength. And, and he was so powerful that it took Mongol and Darkseid and Superman just to defeat Imperior X, which makes him one of the most powerful villains. Almost just as just as powerful, if not even more powerful than Doomsday. But that's a pretty big debate, and that's for an entire video. I'm not going to go into that. Okay. So that's a pretty big thing. He is just he's just so cool. He is such a evil villain. Very homicidal villain. Alright, number 6 is how about Bizarro? Number 6 is Bizarro. Bizarro is basically a clone, he's a clone of Superman, except the only difference is that he has like gray skin, and his suit, instead of blue and red, it's purple and blue. Like the Superman logo is purple, and also the S is like turned around backwards, and and then in his other suit, instead of being blue, it's purple, and his cape is yellow, I believe. I think it's yellow. Probably. Actually, no. It's either yellow or blue, one or the other, but yellow or purple, one or the other. But anyway, he has the same powers as Superman, except he has reverse powers. Like, he has, instead of freeze breath, he can breathe fire, and then instead of laser vision, he has freeze vision, which is actually pretty funny, but hence the name Bizarro. But yeah, he also lived on a square planet, and just everything about him is bizarre. That's why he's called Bizarro. But yeah, so he wasn't really a big threat due to his personality, but he was, for the most part, at least he was a good and very, very interesting villain. Very interesting. Alright, this video is already 10 minutes long. I'm probably going to do a part 2. Number 5 is Parasite. Okay, so if we can get this done, this would be awesome. Parasite is a shape-shifting villain. Basically, he can, whoever he touches, say if I touch The Rock, I'm Parasite and I touch him, that means I gain the same strength and I gain the memories of The Rock. Okay? So, and that's already a cool concept, because who wouldn't want to have the powers of a villain? It's just, okay, I just want to do that thing, it's knocking on the door. But he's just who wouldn't want to have Superman's powers? I would you? And at one point he became so powerful that he basically had the shape-shifting powers of Mystique, where he could literally transform into a different person. So he is a very creepy, he's a super creepy and really awesome villain. And he served as a big threat to Superman. Again, he Silver Age Superman, not Man of Steel, gained the powers of Silver Age Superman. Crazy, right? So, alright. This video's actually going longer than I thought. Alright, well, let's keep going. That's all I have to say about Parasite. Number 4. Let's keep this going. Woo! I really don't have the time. If we can get the whole video, that'd be awesome. But, I'm recording on a thing, so we already did. Okay, so number 4 is Cyborg Superman. Now, Cyborg Superman is actually